friend, but this is the Eyinger, the famous celebrator.
I do have something that I can counter with.
It's in the beer void.
Look at that. If anybody's had Lafroig before, if you're a Scotch fan, you know it's super peaty.
It's a strong beer, but you don't really feel it.
Oh,
Weihenstephaner Corbinian.
It was stolen. It was stolen by the keymaster. But I just want to open it. I want to drink it.
I've been gone for years.
That crazy look in your
Really?
eyes. You're freaking me out, man. What are you talking about? What's Guinness? Why are you wearing that robe? Murphy's?
No, not Murphy's. The other one, like the...
All right, lads, what's the crack? Hope you're keeping well. Dara here, the Murphy's guru.
No. Guinness.
Welcome back to Beer Brackets of the Month, episode number 13. Lucky number 13.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I feel like it's been forever since we filmed the last one. Like it was about time. Like this is one of my favorite type of episodes.
It's one of my favorites too. It has been quite a long time, but man, these beers I've got for you today, buddy. I cannot wait. And you've been telling me for a couple of weeks now that you're really excited about these beers that you have. And whenever you tell me that's a common theme of Beer Bracket of the Month episodes. Whenever you tell me that, it means you've got something good.
I hope so, my friend. I hope so. The beauty of those episodes is the excitement that comes in selecting and waiting to taste those beers.
I know.
I think that's a big component, at least for me. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
It's all part of it. Like, just before we started filming, we were having a Murphy's together and we were talking about our beers and getting really excited. You were still going on about something called Guinness. I have no idea what you were talking about, but we were enjoying a nice cold pint of Murphy's that we had left over from St. Patrick's.
Still trying to get used to that. Like it's such a...
I still have no idea what you're talking about, buddy. Let's get right into this. There's no time to waste. What is your opening beer bracket?
So, my friend, for my opening beer brackets, I was able to pick from this brewery that we both know very well and luckily still exists because that hasn't been touched like by this weird timeline thing. But anyway, this beer is amazing, not only for the beer itself, but for the legend that it has.
It's all about the legend, and that's the joy of Beer Bracket of the Month, finding beautiful beer legends. Exactly. I'm going to sit back, I'm going to enjoy myself. Let's hear all about this beer legend.
Well, let me show you the beer first.
Yes.
That's the important, of course. The beer that I picked, my friend, is a beer that's been mentioned many times in the comments.
I just see Weihenstephaner.
That I've had,
what is
that
it?
I've had before, and that is absolutely epic, to say the least. It's the Weihenstephaner Vitus or Vitus. I don't know how you pronounce it. I would say Vitus.
The Vitus.
It's a Weissenbock, which, we've had together like the Doppel Weissenbock, but this is just a Weissenbock. So the equivalent of a wheat beer with the Bock style, so a little stronger. So this comes in at 7.7%, has like a nice yeast sediment in it, and
nice yeast sediment.
Let me tell you. Yeah, it does because it's bottle fermented. So let me tell you about the legend behind it.
Please do.
And for that, my friend, I have this ancient beer scroll. Saint Vitus is actually closely related to the history of Weihenstephan. And precisely, as you find in this ancient beer scroll, in 1833, the bishop of Rising, which is where like the Weihenstephaner hill, he founded this monastery, this Benedictine monastery on the hill of Weihenstephan, and he dedicated to Saint Vitus. So that's the first why this beer is tied in. What I find like incredible is Saint Vitus' story, which I happen to
want
read
a beer
in
for
this
this legend so bad.
scroll, and I think you're gonna find it quite entertaining. So according to legend, Saint Vitus was born as the son of a Roman senator in Mazzara in Sicily. So there's some ties
There's
here.
some ties, some Italian ties there.
Yeah. He was brought up by a wet nurse and raised in a Christian
Don't want a
faith
dry nurse.
by his tutor.
Ooh.
As a child, he performed miracles, and he was therefore beaten by his father. I like how this sentence is just like thrown into this, just like, and therefore. It's a wonderful story here. But let me go on because it gets better. So his father sought to kill him. Another nice sentence right there. And just to remind everybody, we're talking about year 312. So
Things were savage back then.
Yeah. It's just like But so they tried to escape. Him and his the wet nurse and the tutor tried to escape and to protect him. But they were discovered and taken to Emperor Diocletiano. So it gets worse here. Like, Vitus healed the emperor's son. He was thrown into prison for refusing, however, to make sacrifices to the Roman gods. So they didn't like that. So they threw him into prison. And they did all sorts of kind of like horrible tortures to him, which none of them like affected him because he was protected by fate. So he escaped all of these terrible things that happened to him, like including his father trying to kill him.
Wow. That was a heavy legend for a beer scroll. Wow.
It is.
I love it, man. That was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that beer legend with everybody. I think we all learned something new today. Okay, so I am opening. I can't wait to show you this beer, man. Actually, I don't even know. They're both worthy of an opening bracket. I don't know which one I'm going to open my brackets with, but I think I'm going to go. Oh, I know which one I'm going to go with. This is going to be legendary.
Let's see, my friend.
This beer is called the Invidia. Now, the Invidia is a special Belgian craft beer. Now, this story behind this beer is quite interesting. So you'll see on the bottle, Hugel Brewery. There's two different breweries named on the side here. So there's Hugel, and then there's the Brew Society. So there is actually a well-known brewer in Belgium with that name. And so he's a freelance brewer. So he goes around and he brews beers for himself. He brews beers as part of this Brew Society here. And the Brew Society is really interesting. It's almost like the Club of the Pink Elephants that we talked about that one time. It's very similar. So
yes,
the Brew Society is this club, this brewers club in Belgium where these different master brewers get together and they form beer projects. And they brew beer together. But it's kind of muddled and mixed together in terms of how it's all divided and who's associated with what, but all their logos and all their names are on this. So it's brewed as part of the Brew Society, but it's technically under his name, under Hugel. So I don't know, but it's won tons of awards. So this is part of his 7 Deadly Sins collection, my friend, the 7 Deadly Sins project. And this one, Invidia, means envy. It's on the side that says Zeven Zonden, which means the 7 sins. And this is a Imperial Porter, 10% ABV, that apparently will make all your beer neighbors very envious and jealous.
I'm definitely jealous right now, my friend. Like, even though I have a very interesting beer here for myself, that's a fantastic choice, my friend. Fantastic choice.
Oh, wow. Oh. It's said on the site that there are really, really strong notes of chocolate on this one. This is actually the most pure chocolate smell that I've ever gotten off a beer in my life. This smells
That's awesome.
Incredible.
Look at this.
Look at that. It's got like this dark tan head to it. Really strongly carbonated. Look at so light in body. Oh, just strong chocolate caramel notes on it. But also you can smell the maltiness and you can smell the hops. Cheers, buddy.
I'm very envious. Invidia. Cheers, my friend. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh my God. I've never tasted a beer like this. Oh, look at that. That is a beer face that you're making right there. That is the face of enjoyment.
But I'm listening, my friend. I'm keeping the thoughts. I want to hear your description.
Do you have? Is it getting caught in your beer beard? I saw that you were like trying to get it out there.
I'm getting more like il baffo. I have to clean the beer beard.
You know what? Normally, I don't really like beers that are overly sweet, and this is super chocolatey. But it's really balanced out with a little bit of hop and a little bit of malt that's really detectable in there. But also really nice, light, fluffy carbonation. It's strong, but it's subtle at the same time. This is beer wizardry at its highest level, my friend. For a 10% ABV beer, you do not taste the alcohol.
Wizardry.
It is wizardry at its finest.
You know, whenever those societies, like they call them societies, congregations, like they're wizardry.
Oh my God, man, this beer, this is dangerous. This is 10% ABV. Even considering like taking an ABT 12 into account, this might be the smoothest 10% beer I've ever had in my life.
That's quite saying something, considering like the amount of beers that we've tried here on the channel. That makes it like quite of a special beer, my friend.
Oh, tell me about the Vitus.
You know how much we like the Hefeweizen from Weihenstephaner.
Mm-hmm.
So this is somehow managing to bring the level up a notch. Just incredible. It has this rich malty presence of a wheat beer.
Yeah.
It's still light, even considering the 7.7 actually percent. You get all those beautiful aromas of cloves, like the banana, like a little bit in the background. But what is beautiful is that like almost like apricot character that it has, like that richness of the malt, like that like surrounds everything. And then you take a sip, and it's just this velvety, silky smooth, like almost resembles a little bit like that nitrogen effect, but it's just like a different type of character.
The wheat beer definitely imitates that sometimes, almost like that nitrogen smooth effect, right? You get like that really just consistent creaminess off the mouthfeel.
The best way I can describe it is almost like silky compared to
silky.
Like
That's a good word. Definitely.
Yeah, the carbonation usually on a for example on a nitrogen infused, like, well, I would say Guinness, but Murphy's. Like on a Murphy's, like it's more creamy, right?
Yeah.
What the beauty of this is, again, like the balance of the elements. They're all like in perfect harmony, my friend. I wish you could try this and we could review this. Like, this is such a fantastic beer.
I wish I could try that one, and I wish you could try this one. It's won a couple of Belgian beer awards, the 2017 gold medal from the Belgian International Beer Competition, bronze medal in the World Beer Challenge, World Beer Idol. It won bronze and World Beer Idol, which is kind of, I've never heard of that competition before, but there you go. And look at this, my friend. I'll show you off on the side. Look at the eye that is forever watching you. It's on the front of the bottle.
The envy.
The envy. You can see the beer envy in that eye. This is definitely the best Imperial Stout I've ever had in my life, and it is one of the most interesting beers I've ever had in my life. This is a gem of a beer. If anybody at home is able to get this one, I highly recommend it. Unfortunately, I already checked Total Wine for you, my friend. You don't have it right now. Wow. What was it called? The Brew Society. Making some good beers down there. That Wizard Club.
The Wizard Club. The Wizards. The Wizards.
How would you compare that one? Like, how would you rank it to the other Weihenstephaner beers that we've had?
I hate to say it, but like I think this one here, I might prefer over the regular. I might have, this is not a review setting, so it's always hard to tell, but just based on memory, I think this one here would probably...
That's a bold statement.
Yeah, I know it's a bold statement, but I'm telling you, like, the flavors are just so well done. And that's why, like, I think a lot of our viewers have mentioned this, like, in the comments recently, because it really is a special beer. And, St. Vitus, like, is there to remind us about that with his miracles. So, my friend, I got to tell you, though, there's a second reason why I decided to open with this specific beer not
I love
another
second
one.
reasons.
I don't know if you remember, in the last episode, we had this weird, or at least I had this very weird experience.
I'll try not to think about it, man. I'm trying not to. Yeah. It's been weird. I've been thinking about the last couple of weeks. Weirded me out.
But listen me out. Like, so the beer that I had was a Weihenstephaner.
Yeah.
It was the Caribbean, which was featuring another saint. So here's the idea. I think I was pouring the beer at the right flow that allowed me to travel back in time. So what I'm going to do here now, I'm going to try it again. If I can get back in time, I can restore the timeline and hopefully get Guinness back.
You're obsessed with this Guinness, man. I'm down. Look,
dude, trust me, it's important. Like, we can't be without that. Like, it's...
If there's anything you've learned up to now, I trust you with these kinds of things, buddy, so go for it.
Let's see. I'm going to go. Let's hit the 88 mile per hour.
Is it a Back to the Future reference? Wait. Where'd you go? I think your computer froze for a second there. Did you get up? Did you go get your clothes and beer? Okay, there you are.
It worked. It worked.
What worked?
I went back in time. It worked.
What worked?
So let me ask you this question before I even take a sip. It's important. Do you know what Guinness is?